Hi, welcome to the Father from the Point podcast. I'm your host for today, Hannah, and my co-host is Faris.
Who's mysteriously not there. I'm just kidding.
No, it's just a solo episode. It's just a solo episode. Hi. Hi, hello. Yep. Peasants and
Welcome to the Father from the Point podcast. It's outside now.
we're outdoors, we're homeless.
I got injured for this show.
Oh god, yeah, you really slammed quite hard on your lyrics. Commitment, guys. Sponsor us a trip to the ER. Oh, it detected your fall.
Fall thing.
Yeah.
Okay, you see my 6 portions.
Oh god.
Alright.
Do you want to know? No, I was going to share. Remind me. You have to remind me because I will tell you when my Apple Watch got activated in overseas.
Oh god.
Yep.
Oh god. Alright, let's check. Alright, the laptop's all here. We're outside.
Oh,
This is a special episode.
Okay, as you're introducing the episode, you got a whole. You can't see the letters. You really can't. Okay. I'll hold it. Okay, do you want to hold the B?
I'll hold the B. B for boy. And then ALI for absences, leaves, and insurance.
Travel. No, I'm kidding. Basically, it says Bali on the leaves here, but
So yeah, thanks to scheduling conflicts and whatnot, this episode was supposed to be filmed on a whole other island, this popular island called Bali, Indonesia. But problems, life happens.
No, you have to make it sound cool. Life finds a way.
Shit happens. So we're recording on a whole other island in beautiful Coney Island. There's a couple having a moment over there.
Yeah, I think we're kind of
I don't know if
destroying
they
their
are in the
moment.
corner.
Are they in the
They're in
corner?
the corner.
Nice. Hi, couple.
If you're in the show and you watch it, I apologize. But yeah, we came back from Bali a whole whopping
Almost a month.
a
ago.
whole month ago. And we were supposed to record a special. We were kind of trying to test out a new kind of show with the channel, which is a bit more travel focused. But yeah, it didn't happen. So we decided to do a podcast instead. That didn't happen either. So now we're at Coney Island doing this.
Yes.
This whole thing is hella improvised.
But I really like it because Bali is full of like beautiful beaches and stuff. We are right beside the water, so I hope it actually picks up some waves and oceany sounds. See, now when you put it up, the waves are not crashing.
Yeah, now it decides to stop. Thanks,
Yeah.
God.
Proof that you're not an atheist.
So, yeah, Bali was a month ago, and we decided it was a fun time. For me personally, it was the first time I ever went overseas without my parents because I'm a loser at 26. That's the end of my story.
Well, okay. Actually, before I you made a hole? Or
That's
okay.
alright.
Okay.
I'm like the intern at the Media Corp.
The intern don't get to hold the pink mics. They get to hold the ugly ones.
Or they do it like boxing style.
They do it. You know, if you do this and the audio cocks up, like, and it unplugs or something, that's on you, buddy. No, actually, before I want to share the story, I would like to explain our shirts, actually, because it all started because
Oh right, yeah, we're wearing matching shirts.
This
too.
episode was supposed to be filmed with two of our other friends that actually came with us on this trip, and it all started because one of them got the shirt first, and as a joke, we wanted to like, hey, that's a nice shirt. This is a men's shirt, by the way, but it's really soft. And we were like, you know what? How about we all get the shirts? And we did. And we were supposed to film the episode using matching shirts in Bali. It didn't happen. And we were supposed to film the episode using the matching shirts in Singapore. It didn't happen. So now it's just the two of us with the matching shirts in Coney Island. And Bali, for me, I think it's not the first time I've traveled with friends, but it's no. It's the first time I've traveled in a friend group setting though. The only time I've ever been like be it Malaysia, or I think the furthest I've been just me and one other friend was Krabi, a couple pre-COVID. It was pre-COVID. Other than that, usually the trips, the difference is I travel more than him to my knowledge, but it's usually family trips.
Yeah.
So that it's very
Yeah.
different going out with a group of
Yeah,
friends.
the last time I went to Bali was with my family, which I mean it was fun. It was fun being out out of Singapore.
Yep.
Like definitely fun. Seen a lot of nice people, Indonesians, at least the Balinese people.
They're nice.
Very nice people, great, just very hospitable people. I almost said hostile. Hospitable
no,
people.
they're actually really
They're
nice.
great. I had fun times
And
the first
you
time.
ditched your
And,
status of being my best friend, and he has a new best friend ever since he went to Bali. He was the bestest of friends
This is
with
great.
our driver for one of the days.
One thing, I guess, one of the things we wanted to do in the second show. I don't know if we're gonna say the name yet on this thing, which is just gonna be a podcast episode. But it was supposed to be like a travel thing,
Vlog-ish?
but I didn't know what to focus on.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if I want to focus on the actual trip that we had.
Ooh, we have a guest.
We had a
Hi.
say hello. We have our first guest. Say. We have our first guest. We're not live,
just doing
but
a
we're just recording.
Yeah. Sorry,
It's alright. Have a good run.
See, we also do have friendly people here in Singapore, and I'm glad she was so nice.
It's great. Oh, we should do it live then.
Yeah, I mean, too late.
It's great. But yeah, I want to do a travel thing. We didn't know what to focus on, but we ended up kind of just not doing anything because we just kind of focused on the trip. But when we came back, a whole month passed since, and we have a bunch of ideas, but we never really solidified anything, which is why this podcast is happening.
Work started and life started.
Yeah. Although this is great though, this whole podcast thing about outside, which has been done. It's great being, in my room recording and all, but we rarely get to see shit like this happening.
Are you
We
about
get
to
to see it
pen?
live. I'm pretty sure I can. Hold the
He's going to
hold
parkour
the
his
phone.
way again.
I don't want to. I'm gonna die.
Okay, gradually parkour.
Let's see.
While I do some ASMR, I think. Is my voice soothing enough? Can I try? Over here. Yep. Over here. Not yet. You can see a bunch of people paddleboarding. A whole bunch of them.
Canoeing.
Oh, isn't it paddleboard? Is paddleboard the one you stand?
I don't know.
Over here, you see a bunch of people roaming around in the open sea with their oars. I can hear myself echo. Why can I hear myself echo?
Oh, that's on the headphone. It's on the monitor.
Oh. Now, how do you guys think my voice sound? Like shit. Parkour.
Rihanna's voice.
You got Rihanna's voice.
Stop falling all the day.
The S to F tier. You're going to trigger Apple to just start some shit.
Steve Jobs is gonna come out of his grave just to strangle me, stop me from.
Steve Jobs, if you were there.
What's the audio peak in all hell?
No, I'm trying to sound all. I mean, when I bring the mic really close, I'm not talking in my normal level. I'm bringing the volume down
It's
a little
true.
bit. But anyway, okay,
The
so
couple is still there too.
Bali, it's fine. Let them be in the whole show.
No, but yeah, Bali's fun. But the idea of a show came out from it. Well, from before it, but nothing happened.
Oh yeah.
But because of constant scheduling conflicts and whatnot, it became just a thing that I just wanted to record a podcast outside. It was a thing we dabbled on for a while, especially inspired by another pretty popular podcast, which is just podcast but outside, where they're just a podcast but outside, where they do random interviews.
Yep.
But this one's fun because I never thought it would have this much shit happening all at once. We had a random runner
And
with a bunch of people kayaking.
It's a Saturday, so that's one thing also.
Also
But
true. Also true.
yeah, it's nice to see that when we were entering Coney Island, there was a bus loads of people. I'm not sure if they are locals. They look
I'm just gonna-
like foreigners to me. But at the same time, there is there are people here today cycling, jogging, and all that. But it's not overly crowded. Could be also because of the time.
It is hot. It's pretty hot out.
I mean, we are in this shaded spot.
Like this thing was supposed to be kind of a bit with the shirts,
Yeah,
but
I'm glad we are having it.
it's like one of those thin vacation shirts, so it's helping with the
And it's
the
breezy.
heat. And I'm in shorts because I'm a despicable media man.
I
Like,
need a skirt because okay, the
I
funny
got like
thing was
sticks all over my pants.
when we were in Bali, the four of us wore the shirts differently, and the four of us also had different bottoms, I would want to say. So Faris wore it with shorts. I wore mine with skirt. The other friend of mine, she wore it with hot shorts, but she tied her shirt up a little bit.
Yeah.
And the other guy wore it with pants, and he make it look like a formal shirt.
Yeah.
So I
It's
think it's
despicable.
like it's it was really cool because all of us were wearing the same shirt but having our own flair and style to it, you know?
It was
And
fun.
now it's just two of us.
Just the two of. All right.
Do you want to vibe
Copyright.
to the-
Copyright strikes.
You don't sound anything like the singer. You don't have to worry about
Have a stick.
copyright. No.
All right.
Stop it. This is your fault for deciding to fumble
No, but
around.
this might be a bit of a shorter episode because we really cobbled this together like last minute, like yesterday, last minute.
Yeah.
Honestly, as of yet, it's been pretty fun. It's fun, very different. Very worried about editing the audio for this one,
All on him, guys.
as usual.
I have my fair share of skill sets. I've been,
Just sit there and look pretty.
no.
All right.
That would have been the other friend of ours. She would have that would have been her job. She's just
I like how you're plugging her already. She's not even in the episode.
yeah, no, now it's now if she ever agrees to do an episode with us, we'll be like, remember that friend that's the really pretty one? We just zoom in on her. And maybe we are still just talking in the end of the background, but it's just her. You know, like have
Oh,
you
still
seen those
plugging her.
have you seen those YouTube episodes, those makeup episodes where the girl is the one doing the makeup but the boyfriend or husband does the audio, so they don't know the names of it. So she's putting some form of black magic wand on her eyes. It's just like mascara. So it makes the video funny. But my favorite
She's putting Crayola on her teeth.
whitening,
No, crayon.
straight up crayons.
Just crayon.
Maybe it might be an effective bleaching technique. But okay, we are here to talk about Bali, and because it's a shorter times that we have for this episode, let's do
Indeed.
our very best to not stray so far away from the point, but we will still be a little bit further from the point.
On this episode, further from the point, we go not so far from the point.
Is that why you're pointing?
Point number one. What does Bali stand for? Go.
Boobs, ass, lips. Never mind.
What's the I? Indonesians.
After I said boobs, ass, lips, you want to say Indonesian?
Indonesians.
Indomie.
Alright. You heard it here first, folks. Bali, boobs, ass, lips, Indomie. Nothing else.
Oh,
It's
no,
it's a
really-
perfect island, basically.
this is like a fantasy. Okay, but
Alright, so we were at Bali for 6 days. Technically 5. Because we're going on the 5 days.
it's still 6.
6 days. On the last day we flew off. The first day was arrival.
Yeah.
We went to honestly we went through and did quite a bunch of shit. All fun
You're
shit.
sharing itineraries, kind of like day 1, day 2, so we can drop the places we've been to, or you just trying to like.
It'd be
sum
great
it
if we
up?
could remember the places.
I got it.
Alright, day 1, what did we do?
Okay, first we got to tell where we even stayed at. That's the
Day 1, we woke up at like 5 a.m. and we went to Changi Airport. We met up, took a scoot flight.
buddy. We didn't wake up at 5. We met at about
What time did we leave? What time was our flight?
4-ish. No, our flight was at 7 plus. So we actually met at I think 5:45.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you didn't wake up at 5.
I lied.
See what I mean?
Yeah, we flew into Denpasar International. It was an alright airport. We got a SIM card. And we went to our villa, which was in Changgor. It's a nice little villa.
No R.
Is it Changgor or Canggu?
Canggu.
Why have I heard Changgor? Is that another word completely? Went to Canggu. Beautiful little place. 2 stories. Fully functioning kitchen. But on the first day it was pretty cool because we landed But we had about 2 hours to kill because the previous
No, because we basically reached earlier, and there's a standard check-in time as about 2 p.m.
Yeah.
We were there at about, I think, 11.
we reached around 11, so we had time to kill
A lot of time to kill,
before we actually started living. That's a crab.
Are you sure?
There's a crab in there. Just skittle along.
I legit thought it was like a stone. It blends in with the concrete. Don't scare the crab.
I guess.
I wish the camera can like just pan and move.
Man, this is awesome. We should do this more.
Yeah. Okay, we can tackle every single park and beaches, which is not a lot in Singapore.
We can do it.
I know. I want a petition against. I don't want Sembawang.
Why not? It's a park.
Okay, fine. Sembawang, if you want to do, we do a spooky episode.
Do one about shipyards and oil spills.
No, like the statue and the cave. Spooky episode.
Oh no, I meant about the shipyard right next to the park.
Yeah.
And parks.
I'm scared it's gonna move again. I'm gonna name the crab.
I'm gonna poke it with a stick.
Don't!
It's not really a stick.
Oh.
It's good.
It's a there's a big one here.
It flew away.
He's going for it. Don't! Oh, he's actually petting it. Are you sure it's a crab?
It's
though?
a crab. It's the legs, this little thing.
Okay, it's a crab.
It's a lot of wildlife. We are advocates for wildlife.
Yeah. We saw caterpillars and birds and turtles. Are those turtles or tortoise? Turtles, right?
Turtles are the sea ones with the flippies.
Tortoise is the one that live for...
Hundreds of years and they become gigantic, and then a mountain grows on them, and then they become a dragon and they become Lao Shan Lang.
Lao Sai.
No, that's my joke.
No, I killed it. I stole your joke. Okay, so when we basically
This
had time
is
to
why
kill...
we had trouble with the show. We just didn't know what to
It's
focus
not our
on.
fault. The crab came.
It's a crab came. Crab King.
No, I want to give him a name.
Tamato
No.
Junior.
No.
Mini. Volkswagen.
Hermie. It's like Hermie. Lil Herms. Lil Herms. That's his name. Lil Herms.
The Father for the Point podcast mascot is officially Lil Herms.
Aw, so cute.
Our logo is now a crab.
It's not a good time to have a crab logo with with like monkeypox and all that happening, and then the way it's being
That's monkeypox. It's crabs.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying that crabs. If you think about it in an STD
the sexually
context,
transmitted disease.
Yeah, so it's not a good time to
Don't get crabs. Wear a condom. Speaking of condoms,
No, why? Why?
I was gonna link it back to Bali somehow.
Oh, we're gonna try and find. Okay, do it. Good luck. All the best.
Speaking of protection, always wear your PPE, which is what we wore in terms of a water vest and a helmet when we went river rafting on day 2, where we went down River Agong for white water rafting. Is that what they call it? White water rafting? White water rafting. It was my first time doing it.
Mine too.
It was all of our first. No. It was the two of ours. Two of our first time.
times.
I expected to be screaming.
No, you
wet.
can't talk about the rafting first. You gotta talk about the journey to get to the damn river.
I'm getting there.
That's the worst one.
I expected to end the day just shivering, dripping wet, screaming, with my body all sore. And I did get all that, to be fair, but it was all through sweat and a lot of stairs.
Yes. Oh.
And some tears. Because like I think a third of the entire time we were where we were doing the river rafting, a third of it was just climbing down a bunch of steps to the actual river. And once we finished the thing, we climbed up a bunch more.
Okay, but here's where selfish with the mic. Here's where I would like to say one thing. I'm just really surprised about the general steps in Bali because in Singapore, we have certain places where the steps are quite steep. Yeah, even this one, for example, the steps we are sitting on is a little bit steep. But in Bali, I kid you not, most places, heck, our pool, our villa's pool, the step for that itself, you can't stand and step. You got to sit and descend. It's so damn steep.
It's part of the reason why Indonesians, like, you almost never ever see like a fat Indonesian, or at least in Bali, you never see a fat Balinese person, because whatever they eat is channeled right back out into just climbing stairs and walking.
And this is because remember there were places like, for example, when we were going to, well, we were rafting and stuff, and there was a little pit stop where we pull up to the the shoreline for a little bit or something, and then we got coconuts and things like
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So if you think about how the person who has the shop over there, the journey they must make to move the things up and down. And it's not a kind of place where you can bring vehicles down.
And it's like Bali it's a place where like it's a tourist island. Its majority of its income comes from tourism.
Yep.
And it was hit especially bad during the
Very
COVID-19
hard.
pandemic. So when they came back, it was surprising for me to coming back after I was a kid, and I went back and
As an adult, I guess.
as a like slightly older, very much dumber person. You realize like yes, they rely on tourism, but it's
Water
how
agrees with
they
you.
it's how they do their like how they earn their money.
Yep.
Because it's not like here where you rely like most of the rest of the world, they rely so much on like marketing and the green business and all that shit. There is like you want a coconut, buy a coconut. It's like you're pretty much tired. Here's a cup of instant noodles and a
No,
Coke.
because it's different. Because we are living in a city, and it's a very
Yeah, but don't we all still need the same things? There's the crab is moving. Hermie's moving.
It's Lil Herms.
Little Herms is moving.
Thank you. Every time I turn, he stays still. Does he know I'm looking
He's
at
moving
him?
very slowly. Just look at him.
If
look at Lil Herms.
if he just leaps on me,
Crabs don't
the
jump.
podcast ends.
Crabs don't jump.
You don't know their life. Have you not seen Little Mermaid
I'm
and seen
part
Sebastian?
crab.
Sebastian jumps.
He's a hermit crab. Hermit crabs aren't crabs.
They're Herms.
They're herms.
That's Little Herms.
Damn it, they're herms.
Where was I going with this?
Little herms.
No.
Oh,
Oh God, you completely stopped my train of thought.
would you
no,
say
it's a city.
Would you say you went farther from the point?
No, I'm right back at it
Ah,
now. No, the difference is, yes, we all need the same things in life, but the difference is when you live in someone who is
The
from
more
the
this
city.
episode goes on, the more I feel like I'm like interviewing you.
I'm famous. I'm Lil Herm's mom.
So that'll do for this interview.
No, okay. Basically, if you're living in the city, if you're living in the country, if you're living in an island, your lifestyle and the pace of that life is very, very different.
Sucks.
Yeah, that's because you grew up and we grew up and live in a city. That's why for us, when we go to an island, a much more chill life, you don't see the people there rushing. You don't see
Oh God, yeah, that's true.
in Singapore
I'm
terms,
not-
it's called kanchong.
I'm not kidding. The 6 day because I ORD.
Hey, Lil Herm's moved. I finally
Look
see.
at Little Herms.
He's jiggle. Sorry, it's a song that's in my
Slowly.
head.
He's finding shade. It's hot. But it's I've been wanting to go to on any vacation since I ORD'd about 3+ years ago,
9 years.
and it's been delayed time and time again for various reasons. And now that I finally left the country for more than 3 days at once.
Yep.
And it's to Bali, which is such a nice, much slower pace of life. I told you about this before. I think I told you about this on day 3 or day 2. It's like I finally we've been on many staycations together, so like little unwinding things in between work and stuff.
Yep.
But that Bali vacation was I finally felt like relaxed, and it was like I was like, man, it's cool.
You finally get
It's
why people
great.
travel, not for.
Oh no, I totally get it.
business.
I honestly used to think that the people who identify themselves as travelers,
Yep.
I always thought they were like, just, come on, it's not. And then I
Until
decided.
you did, because the
Yeah.
thing is the only one, because you said you went to Bali last when you were a kid,
Yeah.
right? And in between that Bali trip and this Bali trip, even if you were to travel anywhere and stuff, you never travel for 1 week.
Yeah.
You did shorter trips, even Batam or something.
Even if it was a week, it was still with my parents, so we still had shit
Cameron,
to do.
yeah, you went Cameron Highlands. Was that for a week?
Cameron was about a week, but that was like with my extended family and stuff.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
that was the first time I experienced like 15-degree weather like outdoors. Like that was not in an
Compared
air
to,
conditioned
please,
room.
okay, wait, I would like to share one thing. So for me, there are 2 countries where I've experienced quite a bit of like cold. The first one which was the slightly more recent one in 2019, my family and I we went to Turkey together, and when we Google, and even when I liaised with the person who was supposed to bring us around and things like that, it was summertime. And when I checked it, the temperature was supposed to range at about 20 plus degrees. So compared to Singapore, it's supposed to be cooler.
That sounds still pretty cold.
No, it's just
Compared
cooler.
to now, which is like what, 55 degrees
But
Celsius.
the thing is, when we went there, when we finally reached Turkey and landed, I'm not sure global warming messed it up or something. The average temperature was about 10 degrees, and we were dressed for summer, like it's summer clothes. So the first purchase I made when I reached Turkey was like a winter jacket, and it's just like it was really cold. So that was the more recent cold. The coldest I've actually been to is when we went to like North India, to the mountainous parts of it. Wait, I know the name. Shimla and Manali. Those areas is literally the mountain tops, which means, and it's like they call it those the name snow-capped mountains, which means right at the top there's already snow. In Turkey, what happened also was first time I experienced snowfall. Snowfall, which means like imagine it's raining but snow is falling, is very different
my brain cannot comprehend that
yeah,
till now.
it's very different than
My brain could barely understand like Cameron Highlands weather, and that's in Malaysia.
But Cameron is not
And-
as cool as Genting though.
Oh, it's
Genting.
not. It's not.
Genting
But
is
like,
cool,
I
though.
still don't like that first night I was at Cameron Highlands in Malaysia, and my dad was like, because my family has been there before without me.
They left you behind.
Basically, I was like the kid in Home Alone, except instead of him forgetting his ticket, it was me in NS. So yeah, they experienced the cold already, and of my entire house, I'm the one who traveled the least easily.
Okay.
So he was like, "You want to go out and like maybe get a coffee and like experience the cold?" I was like, "Yeah, all right, sure." And the hotel that we were staying in had like air conditioning, so I just thought it was the air conditioning. And then it's like this the kind of
You
hotel.
left without a jacket?
Well, yeah, it was the kind of place that was like it was a hotel that when you exited the lobby, it was a mall. So the
Alright.
mall also had air conditioning. So I left the mall and it was just outdoors, and it was still cold. My brain didn't understand that. I just kept looking around like what the fuck is going
just
on?
cannot
I just like why is
Yeah,
it
so
cold?
that was how. Okay, I wouldn't say that was how. Okay, that moment hit me when I was in India at that mountainous region where there's no snowfall, but I'm surrounded with actual snow. I ain't talking about no snow city where they freeze ice kind. This is actual soft snow, but. While my family was, because we also went with my family and a bit of some extended family, they were queuing up for a guy that was selling corn, which was very smart because it's really hot. He's grilling it, he's eating it in like cold snow.
Hell yeah.
Meanwhile,
Corn is
there's another guy that was selling ice cream. My brain went to, I kind of want to have an ice cream. My mom was just like, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "Forget it. I'm gonna get myself an ice cream."
If you get ice cream and it's
Hold on.
freezing,
I want to say that the story. Don't interrupt it yet. So when I bought the ice cream, before I took my first lick, I walked about 300 meters. My ice cream did not melt at all.
no, I was gonna say, is that point if you get ice cream and it's like near freezing?
It is below
ice?
freezing.
Is it ice cream or is it just cream?
No, it's still ice cream. It's still ice-ish, and it's still cream is still liquid.
So then, what defines it as ice cream? Because it's ice cream because it's like
Traditional
almost
ice cream
frozen
is because
cream.
it was made with ice. That's why ice cream got its name.
Yeah,
You do know how traditionally ice cream was made, right? Like very old days. It's just a.
I don't even know how they
Ice
used to
and
make
the
shit cold.
When you say shit cold, you mean like
Yeah,
feces or you mean just things?
you heard what I said.
Yeah, but basically what I'm trying to say is that literally walking 300 meters with an ice cream cone to not have it melt was mind blowing for me. I was like, oh my god.
Mind blowing is this audio.
Yeah,
You
boy.
like hear it?
So you got excited with my ice cream
Like-
story. I should have held the ice cream like that though.
Just like that.
Yeah, but I don't know if I don't think it would have like fall. But yeah, so I cannot wait for you to experience actual snow.
I can't
because
wait
your
to go
mind is going to
somewhere,
get blown.
I
further.
can't wait. Honestly, the next place I wanna go to, I just want it to be cold, somewhere hopefully ice.
Antarctica.
I do want to go to the Svalbard seed vault. I'm not even like it's one of the places on Earth that's like if you know, you know, and it's like those stupid things. It's like if there's a zombie apocalypse, where would you go?
Oh.
Yeah, the correct answer is the Svalbard seed vault in the Antarctic. I think
Is it
it's
Arctic or
in the Antarctic. In the Antarctic, because it's special because it has to be built there because it has the seed. It contains the seeds, not seed. It contains the seeds of like every plant on
right?
Earth, or like the trying the
It's
scientists is
basically
controlling.
to like carry
It's a
on
big-
evolution and life and stuff,
or
right?
not evolution.
For plants.
We don't have that kind of power as man. But
For now. I mean, we're in that rich circle to know.
yeah, it's the idea is to in the event of like a major catastrophic event
When the world's ending.
and the whole world ends, you have seeds to restart Earth as we know it. But we all played Fallout. We all know how that turned out. So I don't have much hope. But it is cool to have like a gigantic subterranean facility in one of the coldest ass parts of the planet.
And you find Cameron too cool. So
Cameron's a little chilly though.
you're not
It's a
gonna
little
survive.
chilly.
Like people are going to like see whether they can survive the end of the world. Your journey there, the moment you land, you just die from the cold.
I like dip my toe into the water. It's like, oh, it's so cold. I don't like it. Oh,
Ooh, it's just
can we go back?
like a white grandfather. The
We
world's
turn
ending.
around. There's like an atomic mushroom growing up. It's like, can we go back? That looks warm.
And you're
I
like
think.
done. But that's the thing.
Hiroshima
I
looks nice.
really want to be. I really hope I'm there. Like
At
in
Svalbard?
person. No, in
Wow.
person when you actually touch real snow for the first time.
I
You
want to
wouldn't
see
stop it until it
my-
freezes your hands.
I wanna.
But knowing you,
I want
I'm
to-
scared whether you don't know when to control in terms of like not getting a frostbite because you're you.
Honestly, it's just gonna like someone needs to stop me from like eating snow.
You'll
Much
probably eat the
fucking
snow you pissed on. So
I will eat the yellow snow.
see what I mean? Nine surprise.
No.
No, you're not gonna declare to the camera. Okay, but other than this, other memorable parts of Bali for you?
Speaking of cold and snow, we hiked to the top of Mount Batur. Well, sort of. We couldn't make it all the way. We tried
couldn't
our
make it
best.
all the way.
We tried our best. We did not succeed, but that did not mean we did not reach the summit. We still reached the summit
On dirt bikes.
on dirt bikes. We weren't the ones like
the
riding.
bikes.
We were pillions on it, but we made it up to the top anyway. And my brain was just like, where the fuck's the snow?
Yeah, it's not gonna snow there.
Well, no one told me that.
I thought you knew.
No, I'm yelling. I'm making sure it doesn't
Oh.
peak.
No, I'm
It's
not.
called comedic effect.
You went beyond, so you don't have to move the mic like that when they go whoa, whoa and stuff like that. You gotta
No, I'm gonna bite into the
no.
camera.
No.
Mic.
mic. It wasn't going to snow, but the thing was, we were there for the sunrise trekking, and the thing is, we couldn't see the sunrise because it was that misty,
We were in a cloud, basically.
and it was so windy, which was it added on to the cold parts, and there were white people in shorts there. Might I add, they were in shorts.
We met this nice lady
from France,
from France whose name I already forgot.
Elena, I think.
Was it Elena?
It sounds like Elena.
It was Elena from
Lyon.
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 She was from
France,
Lyon. And she basically we like, despite her being from France, I was from Singapore, we bonded over that. We basically shat on Paris for a little bit.
Oh, she had a lot more things to say, and I would take her word for it because clearly you are not just like, it's not like a tourist who've been to Paris once, had a bad experience, and they're like, oh my god, Paris sucks. This is a local.
So, no, this
who's
is like a France national who
Exactly.
straight up said Paris sucks. Go
and no,
Paris
but
sucks.
she-
Go to Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Is it Nice?
I think
Nietzsche,
it's
I
Nice.
think, is a nacho.
It's spelled as nice, but I think it's pronounced Nice. No, it does. It's
Alright,
spelled like
it
that.
is
Yeah,
spelled
it's spelled like nice.
I genuinely thought-
she did say we should still go to Paris at least once. But then when we do, don't forget to stop at the other places where the people are better. Her words, not ours.
She did describe Nice is a very nice place. It's like kind of city but kind of rural.
And
I like it.
she also talked about Leon, where she's from.
Oh,
She
yeah,
also
yeah,
said that
yeah.
people are more friendlier, more welcoming, and according to her, less snobbish and stuck up. So, good to know.
Always fun to hear if you want to visit a place for the first time.
Yeah.
Also, I finally heard like a real French person straight up just say croissant.
Oh, yes.
It was great.
It's so sexy.
And it's like, because I only heard it like online and stuff.
Yeah, this is a real French person
Yeah, and like she
pronouncing
straight up says it. And like I said it.
And it sounded
And,
the same.
and she like, she praised me about it. She was like, oh, that's a good pronunciation. I was like, oh my god, hell yes. See, I'm basically a Frenchman.
If you decide to be so.
I can say croissant.
At least I don't call it croissant or croissant.
Yeah, we talked about that to her as well.
Yeah,
It's like,
I can't.
if you want to order like,
That's the same as
Like-
baguette and bakute. I cannot stand that joke that Paris baguette becomes Paris bakute.
Pagis baguette.
I can't with.
They don't even thrive like the Paris.
No.
It's just Paris.
Yeah, Paris. Actually, by right, it's like even the way I pronounce like my macarons and stuff. It's not actually pronounced macaron. It's like macaron.
Macaron.
No, it's not roux. It's raw.
Macaron.
The
You gotta have a little
roux-
phlegm in it. Macaron.
No, if you do roux,
Macaron.
it's actually the grandma's one.
Macaron.
Butterfly.
Should have been doing the throat clearing while this thing was flying around, but
Yeah, see? It went inside your mouth. Hey, B-roll
oh god.
footage. But yeah, actually, I would like to share one fun part about Bali because it ties in very nicely to the current scenario actually. So in Bali, every activity we were supposed to do as 4 packs because that's what we're supposed to.
Yes.
That's what we paid for, and we're supposed to do. So on quite early on in the trip, one of them actually got a really horrendous eye infection. It led to both eyes getting infected, and then he was not able to join for our ATV and everything.
Yeah, we had a day that was like ATV adventures.
Basically, it was a day in Ubud.
It's a day in Ubud.
Yep. So
and
he
Ubud,
can't.
for those who don't
Wait,
really
let
know,
me finish the story first.
Alright, I guess it's the You podcast.
It's the
now.
me. Thank you. So in turn, hold the mic properly. So because I'm blocking my face.
That's the point.
Okay, fine. Be angsty that way. But no, because he can't join us for that trip, and the other girl that was supposed to also join us, she was nice enough to stay back and keep him company, and because she did, it became the two of us decided to carry on. Of course, they were also telling us just go on. We paid a lot of money, and just so you guys know, ATV is actually one of the most expensive things we've paid for throughout the trip. Even river rafting is like sing $12. ATV ain't that
It's like
cheap
what,
though.
$40?
Because okay, granted our ATV came with a lot of other things also. It's 80 actually.
Alright.
You don't even know how much you pay.
Yeah.
You just,
So
you just,
it was $80.
Mm.
It had like a 2-hour-ish ATV, right? And it also came with a waterfall visit, which we didn't go to because we wanted to go somewhere else. But
and also because
it-
we have seen enough waterfalls the previous
yes.
days. Yeah.
and another two things that he had was there was this
The iconic
swing.
jungle swing.
It's a gigantic swing, which is not really jungle. It's in the middle of like a
No,
rice
they call
paddy.
it the jungle swing, but the paddy is Tegalalang rice paddy
I
fields.
think so. I
Somewhere,
remember the
yeah.
Tagalang part.
Lang, it's a lot of L, so I don't know if it's lalang or like lang.
I think it's
But
Lalang. Tagalalang. So it's essentially just Instagram paradise. You really go just for. I mean, the
Please.
swing is fun, but most people go there
Oh,
for the
yeah.
shots. Let's be honest.
We literally saw a lady who had an outfit change to change into a flowy
Yeah,
dress.
there was this Korean lady. She
Yeah.
went in with a big flowy red dress, like it had like a long bottom bit. in it.
Train.
It had a long ass Thomas the Tank Engine thing, and she went on after us.
Before.
And after we went first.
Oh yeah,
we
yeah,
went
yeah,
first.
yeah.
So she went on and she took the pictures and stuff. So after we went, we took our pictures. So we decided to stick around and take some pictures in other places.
Yeah.
But when we came back, like not even 10 minutes later, I think, she was back in another flowy dress, but this time it was yellow.
Yeah, she changed her outfits.
She changed outfits for another picture.
Shot.
On the same swing.
Yep.
So yeah, if you're into those kind of shots, it's great. If you just go there for a nice chill spot, honestly, that swing pretty fun. pretended to be Spider-Man every single time.
No, actually, because they said what some of them because okay, so in Bali there are many places where you can do the ATV rides, but I really wanted to go to Ubud, so I was like, I want to go to Ubud, and the other friend of mine, of ours, she was saying that, you know what, if that's the case, usually people do rafting and ATV together, because I wanted Ubud, like I really, that's something I die had to go to kind. We decided to split it and do the ATV there, but since we're already there, might as well add on other things to do, which is like it comes with the jungle swing, which we didn't know that if you didn't buy it as like a weird package thing, when you want to go, you got to pay separate money just to take picture
Yeah.
on that swing. So I was just like, oh, thank goodness it was covered. And because if you honestly buy it like a la carte on its own, it is not worth the price.
Yeah, because it's fun and you are supporting the local businesses there, but like if you're talking just value for your buck,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it does. It's really you're just swinging in a bit of a field.
But on that, for me personally, when I felt, because I think, I'm not sure, was it because like when it was the two of us for a portion in the trip, it became very private. It just felt very private. I don't know how to. I mean, it's still, of course, it's still nice when the four of us were together. But because in
Yeah.
Ubud for a long time, it was just the two of us. It felt very private. And when I was on the swing overlooking the rice, the paddy field, I guess.
Yeah.
When we were going there and when you swing us, it was so windy. It felt so freeing.
It was windy and it was cold. The air was very temperate, so
and I loved it.
it's a very different vibe from around here because like we were basically in the middle of a jungle.
Yep.
Like we're in a
Ubud
we were
itself
in
is like a giant jungle.
yeah, we were in a rice paddy
Yeah.
that was in the middle of like a mountainous region that is covered by jungly forests. But
Jungly forest.
but we weren't warm. Like here it's humid. We're humid right
Oh.
now. And we're next to like a big old body of water. But here, like I mean not here, back at Ubud, it's like it's cooling.
Yep.
It's like 20 degrees, so maybe to some people that's normal, but for us
It's a big,
It's
we are
very-
coming from
yeah.
a humid country. Over there, even when we went end of July until like early August. But end of July period, it's still hot. It's still, I mean, Bali, there's no snow and things like that. But the thing is, even when it was hot, it was not humid.
Yeah.
It's just, you just feel the heat.
Yeah.
And there's always wind. Unlike here, I think now we are getting a bit of wind because, I mean, we are right beside here.
it's
But
great for the aesthetic.
there are times when our journey to walk in here the air was still.
And which is great because with air like that at that temperature, at that like height above sea level,
Yeah.
one thing that Bali does that is arguably world famous,
Which is?
luwak coffee, which is what we had for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
And for those who are unaware, luwak coffee, you will know it when
With a
I say
different
its
name.
alternate name.
Yeah.
It's a world famous coffee that's it is cultivated in a unique way. The locals call it luwak coffee, if you know what it is. If you don't know,
The
it's
locals don't call it
otherwise.
luwak coffee. The locals call it kopi luwak.
If you don't know what it is, you probably heard it as the cat poop coffee, which is where a cat-like creature,
Civet.
like a civet,
Oh,
eats
but-
the beans, the coffee beans, digests it, and then poops it out, and then what comes out is all like clumps of beans, and that's what they clean. They clean it, they roast it, they grind
They
it
have
out,
a
then
full
they turn
process,
that
yeah.
they turn that into coffee. And what you get is a very unique kind of blend. And I like coffee, but luwak coffee is a whole other thing altogether. It's not a whole other thing.
Basically,
It's smooth.
he did not keep to his promise because when he tried the luwak coffee, he did say that it's better than kopi O, and he'll never ever go back to kopi O. But now that you're back in Singapore, you are forced to.
No, not really. I haven't drank kopi O since.
Oh, you kept to your promise.
I mean, I drink kopi, yes, but
I mean, with me, it's not counted. Yeah,
I'm
kopi
still
O.
Singaporean.
Are you? You just hate to say that. Just throws the mic and that's my mic. You throw yours.
Our mic.
That, you know, if you fling it, your laptop will fly together with it. Right? Do not unplug it and throw it. You do not get to do that. But
But
yes,
it was a
kopi
fun thing because I don't know. I just didn't expect to have fun while we were there.
Yeah.
We drank a whole bunch of like teas and coffees.
And yeah, and the other thing that I enjoyed, throwback to what happened earlier on to Faris when he park caught and the watch triggered the fall alert, right? Like, have you had a fall? Like, then you have to respond to
You
it.
had a
Kind.
fall? Idiot,
So basically,
stupid
when
dumbass.
we did our ATV experience over there, to sum it up,
This dumbass can't ride an ATV for her
hello,
life.
I can.
The second when you go ATVing, you don't go alone. There's a guide.
Yeah.
And not 5 minutes after the guide left us to go, like, all right, you guys seem all right. You just go ahead, do your own thing. She flips an ATV. What the fuck do you flip an ATV?
So yeah.
Explain yourself, wench.
So, what? No. Okay. So basically, when you are just pissing at me. No, because we ride in like a straight line kind of thing. So it was the guy, me, then Faris was behind. So there was only a certain speed I could go to because I got to keep a little bit of gap between me and the guy wasn't going super fast, clearly. So when we and this ATV in Ubud was fantastic because it's not just all jungly terrains. We had a mixture of those jungly vibes, a lot of mud, of fantastic
We had like
road, just left and right paddy fields.
He just decided to take us a little off road. Well, not off road, and then kind of just went onto a long ass road in the middle of two paddy fields.
Yeah.
Where it was just like left paddy field, right paddy field. On top of us was this huge open sky.
Yeah. Blue
And-
as hell.
God, at that point was just, you know what? This is it. Like, I get it.
It was
I totally get it.
was really fun, and it was the muddy area when finally he brought us a couple of rounds and stuff. So finally he left us to go on our own. So I told Faris like, hey, you've been behind all this time, you just late. And I told him without any hesitation, accelerate, like just go ham shit on it. So the thing about ATVs is very simple. Like I can ride a bicycle and things like that. So when a bicycle, the moment you move the handle a little bit, it reacts automatically. For an ATV, one thing I didn't took a while to realize is that, and which is why I struggle a lot with the steering, was sometimes you got to go according to you ape shit. You got to crank it very violently to actually kind of turn. And I learned that the hard way because while I was going really fast behind Faris, there was a sharp turn. So you either of course slow down and turn, or you anticipate the turn a little bit early. What I decided to do with a very heavy vehicle like an ATV was right where the turn was supposed to be. It wasn't a huge turn, but it was a sharp,
No,
a little
it's
sharp
basically by the time your vehicle, like in terms of like driving a motor
turn. Oh
vehicle,
yeah.
by the time your vehicle is supposed to be like halfway in the turn,
You gotta.
you just started the turn.
Yes.
So you always were like late into the turns.
But the late one was still fine because I didn't die or anything or fall. But when I went at that speed and I was late, what happened was I crashed was one thing. The ATV like went up because basically it was like
You're like in a dug out little ditch
like a
or-
ditch. So the ATV went over like the ditch part of it, and I landed quite hard down my left side, which is where I usually wear my Apple Watch, and the ATV was on me. Thank goodness he kind of he realized I wasn't behind, and he came to help me. And that was
I
the
heard
first
yelling, I heard screaming.
I did not
There
do
were
any
noises
of,
of
that.
panic.
Shut your mouth.
Birds were flying in the air. There was a deer that came up to me and said, "Yo, man, you should turn around."
No, none of that.
It was real. You weren't there. You were flipped upside down from
I
a
wasn't
tree.
flipped upside.
The samba deer wake up to me. He went, "Yo, you should probably like turn around, man."
Somebody.
The samba deer. It's a real thing. A samba deer.
I'm not saying no. I'm just saying that this is specific. Your lies were so precise. But
I know my story.
It's the first
People
time.
who tell the truth always tell every exact detail.
Not really. You're not a very good. Maybe you're not a good liar.
I'm a criminologist.
Okay, so that was the first time I saw my watch had that pop up. Like, I've had a hard fall. Am I okay? And I was just concerned. Did I actually broke my like Apple Watch and stuff? I didn't. there's like a little bit of mud went in my like, cause I use the casing and stuff. I just trying to get the mud out. But other than that, it was fun. It was fine. I'm glad I wasn't severely injured because that same day at night was when we were supposed to leave for our
we
hike.
were leaving for Mount Batur, which was
Really
it's
long.
a whole
journey.
other thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of journeys, this was a fun one. Honestly, this whole podcast outside thing.
Yeah.
I took some notes from podcast outside. We might improve a few things here and there, but
While you do audio checks again.
yeah, like me sneezing. So anyway, that was a special episode of The Point. It was great. It was fun.
So this bubble was purchased in Bali.
This was one of the few things we brought back from our trip.
And I really spilled the soap on my head. I wanted
That's
to
Bali soap.
I just wanted to end this episode with like bubbles and stuff. So I think you can end us off, and I'll be the psycho person at the back.
Alright. So for Hana, I've been your host Faris, and this was Farther from the Point.
Can you even see it on camera?
If you made it to this point, thank you very much for watching and or listening.
I want to see it. No, from there. You're supposed to look.
I'm doing the outro.
Yeah, but look and see if the bubbles.
How about you just keep doing the outro?
No.
If you made it to this point, thank you very much for listening and watching. Rate us 5 stars. Give us a like. Help us out a lot. Follow us on our socials,
But Faris barely posts anything.
where we'll strangle her live on Facebook Live.
This is not good life.
Fuck.
And we don't go on Facebook. You don't even use Facebook.
Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
I'm gonna do like a little Alpen. Ow, something fell on me.
Then what? So you can see. It went in my mouth.
Nice.
Wait, I didn't want to see.